Welcome to Let Go of the Pen podcast. We're the Melindas from Hoosier Hills Recovery,
a ministry of Hope Baptist Church in Dillsboro, Indiana. Remember, it's all about letting go of the pen and letting God write your story.
Absolutely. Today we welcome on the podcast Tracey McQueen. Give us a little wave, Tracey. And Jessica Ross. And these two ladies are some of my best friends. They come here they're going to share their story and to give us a little bit of answers to questions that has helped them during their recovery to help other people. And as you see later on in the podcast, we are going to make a slam and taste it. So hang on tight for that. But we'll get right into it, and we'll start with whoever wants to answer it. But both of you can answer if you think you can help, and you have a different take on what the other one just said. But what is something that's helped you most in your recovery? Tracey?
God
And
the groups, the meetings. Yeah. And my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plays a big,
so
everything.
I know I can reach out to anybody, but yeah.
What about you, Jessica?
I would say definitely God. I spent years in addiction, and I've probably been into treatment 15 times, longer treatments, at least 3 or 4 times. And it always seemed like there was something missing. I just couldn't get it. And I realize now that what was missing was God for my life. Once I allowed him, once I put all my trust in him, I've seen a huge difference in my recovery. And I realized, he was there all along. I just wasn't seeking where I needed to. So since I've added God to my recovery, it's been a huge, huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we ask the next question, I've known you for quite a while. And when I met Jess, and these two ladies, totally different. This lady has never met a stranger, Tracey. she's very lively and talkative and joyful. And Jess is joyful too, but very on the quiet side. And they met and they clicked and became best friends. And then we all are best friends. So it's so good to see you here and able to tell your story like that.
Well, I just want to add something. For me, being in prison, I was in prison 4 times. So, didn't get it the first time, didn't get it the second time, third time. And like she said, God was missing. So
include God and things are starting to roll.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what is one piece of advice you would give to someone in recovery?
I'll start with you, Jess, this time.
Okay. I found something a couple months ago, and this has really helped, and I share it, because it got to the point, I'm an alcoholic, and so I ran to a drink for everything. It was no longer fun for me. It was a necessity, but it was my way to escape from, anything that I was facing. So this really helped me. When I think that I want to drink, I need to name it, whether it be pain, shame, blame, grief, sadness, boredom, loneliness, stress, anger, fear. Then I find the help that I need at that moment for that feeling. And what I do now is if I'm feeling any of those emotions and thinking that I need to have a drink, I usually look in the back of my Bible and find coordinating verses that go with those emotions. And
that's incredible.
And it's helped me work through that feeling to where by the time I'm done reading about it, I've totally forgotten that I want to drink. I've worked myself through it. I've named it, and I can move on. So that has really helped me.
So if you're feeling emotional pain about something, then you name it. Mm-hmm. What's causing you to have this feeling to want to drink or something. Then you go to the back of your Bible where the tabs are about things: depression, pain, hurt.
Yes.
And you find some verses and read those
coordinating verses. Yes, and and it works me through it, and that has helped tremendously. I mean, I've used that so much over the past probably 4 months, and it's helped me tremendously. And it's not necessarily every time I want to, not every time I feel those emotions do I want to drink, but I know those emotions can lead to me wanting a drink. So if I even, feel them and I'm stuck on one of those, then I do the same. I go to the back of the Bible and I read the coordinating verses.
I love that. And Tracy, I know that in the meetings on Wednesday night, you have something similar, a book that you carry around. Do you have any?
I didn't bring it today.
That's all right. Do you have any other things that advice you would give someone?
What was the question?
What is one piece of advice you would give to someone in recovery?
Take it one day at a time, minute by minute. I mean, basically, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that little personal Bible that I have, it has verses for strength, loneliness, like pain, whatever you're feeling. And I just go through it and whatever I need to read, and
I
that's
like
what
that.
I do.
Because that's showing your dependence and need for the Lord too.
Yes,
I
definitely.
like that. How has your perspective on life changed since beginning recovery?
I'm happier. I enjoy life. I mean, before, I'm an alcoholic too, but I was also into drugs too prior to started drinking. But I just existed. That's all I did. I just, went through life really just being numb, not feeling anything, and until I got sober and just, I enjoy life. I see
you can tell it all over you by meeting you.
It's a whole different world out there. And my family they're a big part of it. I mean, they've been there for me. They take me to my meetings. They talk to me when I'm needing somebody to talk to. So, it's just, I don't know. It's just awesome. Just feeling this, it's hard to describe the way I feel now versus the way I did feel. Back then, like I said, I wasn't happy. I was angry. I was always angry. And now it's just, I just enjoy life. I love living. I like looking at myself in the mirror now. I didn't before.
Answer. Yeah.
But now I do. I do.
I agree. You're one of the most joyful people I know. And when you show up at the meetings Wednesday nights, and sometimes I get to talk to you before because sometimes we'll ride together, and you help my spirit. I love coming to the meetings on Wednesday night. It is one of my funnest nights. But
besides the food that she cooks.
Yeah, the food that the girls cook. Sometimes you guys will gather at my house and cook before we get to church and continue cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll sit in the living room and just listen, and my husband says the same thing. He'll be in there studying in his office, and he'll hear you guys cooking and giggling and clanking dishes around. And he says that just uplifts his spirit so much. It's a joy.
I enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah, I really do.
Just have an answer for that.
I would just say, also just living life and being happy. I've noticed, huge difference in myself even over the past 3 months because I'm, truly focusing on myself and my recovery. And just the abundance of friends. I've never had friends before. And well, girlfriends at that, it's something. And now I have, so many. And I know, when they say, I'm praying for you or I love you, they truly do. People truly mean it. And, I can just be at work and get a text from a girlfriend that says, have a good night and I love you. And, it means so much to me because I know they truly mean it. And yes, just the love and support, since being involved in Hoosier Hills Recovery, it
Those
is
friends
amazing.
that don't want anything from you.
Yeah. The friends that have, they've see me at my worst, they've seen me at my best, and they're just, I know that they're true people. So just the support and the relationships and friendships, and looking forward to the next day, where I used to dread even waking up the next day. So yes, just the love and support.
And I have to say, from meeting her for the first time to now, oh my gosh.
Oh, I agree.
Total transformation, that's for sure.
When I first met her, we was sitting there, and it was I said, "What are you here for?" Because we didn't know what we was at the nurse station for. I said, "I don't know. We didn't make an appointment." Anyway,
we were in the Ripley County Jail.
Yeah, and then going into the meetings. She was always over there. My name's Jess. F4. just passed. You know.
Yeah.
And to now, I mean, I'm super proud of this girl.
I am too.
I mean,
Thank you.
she has came a long way.
A lot more vocal than.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I feel like maybe I had something to do with that.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
And her
Yes.
saying when you
just have
when you
to-
get here, we're gonna be besties. I'm
Porn,
gonna be in the
yeah.
dark
I mean, it was like
Yeah.
it was like pulling teeth with her to get her to talk.
Yes, I did
And,
not.
yeah.
When we were in the Ripley County Jail, and Jess would sit in the far corner over there every time. And when I found out she lived near me, I would tease her every time, and I felt bad, but I did not bad enough to stop. But, I would say, "Oh, my new bestie," and at the end we'd give each other a hug, but she kept
I'm gonna
coming
be in
back.
your backyard when you
Yeah.
get out. And we're gonna
She kept saying, "We will be best friends one day." You know that we will be best friends.
And we
And
are.
are you?
And today, yes, we are. So, yes, God does amazing things.
He
So.
does.
So, what situations trigger stress or cravings, and how do you handle it now compared to in the past?
Well, before, when I would get stressed or anything, it didn't matter what it was. I used every excuse to go take a drink. It didn't matter. Before, when I was drinking and stuff, if my family said the wrong thing, oh, I'm going to go take my drink. That was my excuse, to drink. But now
You
this
were looking for an excuse.
yeah,
to
I
let
was
you
just
drink.
looking for anything a reason to go. I was a bedroom drinker, if you want to call it like that.
like a
because-
closet drinker. Like
yeah,
behind
yeah,
closed doors.
I didn't drink in front of them, but I was always in my room. But now, if something does bother me, I can sit down and talk to them about it. And
Wow.
yeah, and I would have never thought that I would ever get to that point to be able to just sit there, listen, this is bothering me, and talk to them about it. Because before I wouldn't, I was, I just didn't. But yeah, now I can talk to them. I have two sisters and a brother-in-law. Well, I have more brother-in-laws, but my sister and my brother-in-law that I live with, I can talk to them about anything, especially to do with recovery, how I'm feeling, what kind, if I'm having a bad day. And they're there. Granted, they've never been in our situation, but they will give you advice. Well, maybe you should do this. But just reaching out and talking helps. I have another sister that I can talk to her about other things, but it's just different on who you're with. I mean, I know I can call her up. I know I can call you guys up. I reach out, before I held it in. And now you can there's people out there that'll listen to you, And before I didn't do it because I thought it was a sign of weakness if I asked for help. That was my biggest thing, is that I didn't.
If you couldn't handle it, then
I wanted everybody to see me as, oh, I'm a strong person. I can handle anything. But yeah, I know I can.
not without God's help.
Yes, exactly. And I believe you me, we talk a lot. Well, I talk a lot.
I'm sure God appreciates
Yeah.
that. He never
I talk
gets
a lot.
tired.
Yeah.
Jess, what about you?
I mean, just I would say, like with just being more positive and knowing that I don't have to deal with stressful situations and so I can remove myself from situations. I can remove myself from people that make me unhappy now. I've got just a lot more friends and opening up and talking to people, reaching out to the positive people. I've realized a lot that I am the author of my story now, and I can remove people that cause stress and hardship and stuff in my life. So just being more positive and remaining strong, relying on other people. That's something I struggled with too, was asking for help. I still struggle a little bit with it.
Again,
But I'm getting better, and I know that that's the only way that I'm going to heal, because I've seen it work now. So I know that I'm not. It's not a harm, to reach out to people. So I'm still working on it, but getting better.
We've heard that a lot this morning about reaching out, because when you are going through a problem, I remember one time when I was having a problem, and I didn't want to tell Greg because we had been married a couple years. And finally, that I just in my heart I felt that that guilt that the Holy Spirit gives you. And when he came home from work, I'm like, I need to talk to you for a minute. And the fact that he sat and listened without judgment, and and he thanked. I mean, he wasn't happy, of course, but he never like pounded my head into the ground over it. He just listened. He let me talk it through. And it was nice to have somebody like that. And you think people are going to judge you, but you'd be surprised how many people out there are struggling.
Oh yeah.
And they understand. They understand because we all struggle. We're all humans,
Going through this process, just I have met, and not tried to be judgy or nothing, but there's a lot of people that I've met that I would have never thought had problems.
Yeah.
To do with either
do.
alcohol or substance. I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
The person that actually started me in Hoosier Hills Recovery, got me in there, when she asked for prayers during service, I honestly thought like she was a leader of the group, like she was a team leader. And then when I came to the meeting and I found out she was actually one of the people we served in the program, it was pretty eye-opening that anybody can have it and look great on the outside, like they carry everything so well, and then to find out the depths of the trouble they have.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When you hear the phrase "let go of the pen," because we say that to the ladies all the time, Minda Sue come up with it, and because I don't know, probably everybody does, but I know as a woman, I do a lot. I try to control every situation around me. We were at the camper this weekend, and we had the kids and the grandkids, and everything was happening, and for one of the first times that I've ever just let things happen on their own, because if somebody's quarreling, sometimes I want to step in and make things happy, or something. And I'm not talking about kids quarreling, because I would tell them to stop if they did that. But the adult, the adults, and just let go and enjoy yourself and have a good time, and let go of the situation. Stop trying to control. But when you hear the phrase "let go of the pen and let God write your story," what does that mean to you?
For me, give it to God. Let go, let God. That's a tattoo I have too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really
Okay.
do. Let God.
Oh, I love
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just that's just something I've lived by for the past few years. It's just give it to Him. He'll get you through it, and he'll lead you down that path that you need to go. And I mean, there's been a few times, not gonna lie, that
Take that
you
pen
held
back.
on to
Yeah.
it.
trying to take it back, but you just have to give it to Him. He's in control.
So it's kind of like core truth number 3.
Yeah.
There's victory and surrender. So
Yeah,
let
you
go
just
of it.
Yeah.
just let it go.
And I totally agree with that also. He is the author now. If I lean to God for everything, I believe He is gonna do the best to work through any situation. And I just gotta give it to Him. Yeah, there's many times when I want to take it back too, but since giving myself to the Lord, and I've just seen things move tremendously and for the better. And I know that every day I got to put full trust in Him. I wake up and pray. I now pray all day long. But I just have to put my trust in Him, that it's all on God's will, God's timing, and I need to let Him write my story. And like yesterday, with it being the beginning of the month, I'm like, okay, this is chapter 5 of 12 of 2026 being the 5th month. But I'm excited about it now, because it gives me so much more confidence in myself, knowing that I don't have to do this alone. I know He is right by my side all the time. And a lot of times when I have stressful moments, or like can't go to sleep or stuff, I mean, I literally imagine in my head like God right beside me, like with His arms around me, like just, and I know that He's got me, and it just gives me so much
peace.
So much peace, and just I know that I'm never alone in this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You both are very faithful to Hoosier Hills Recovery on Wednesday nights at 6. Tell us why you're so faithful to the program and what role you take on for those meetings.
You all mean I mean, you guys mean so much to me. I mean, I thank God the day that I walked through those doors
I thank God too.
because
Same person that got Minda Sue here into the Hoosier Hills Recovery is also the one that brought you to your first meeting.
oh really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what a
Christina?
blessing. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we even talked about it before, you know, that we got out of prison.
We'll be talking to her soon on the podcast. And
Okay.
also, if you go back and watch episode 1, you'll hear me describe her. I don't say her name because at that time we didn't know if she was coming on. So.
She helped me a lot because we was in county together,
Mhm.
and I was getting into my Bible, the Life Recovery Bible. I was getting into that, and there was things that I didn't understand, and I still don't understand a lot, but I would always go there and say, listen, I know I probably will sound stupid, but, and then I'd ask a question. She said, it's not stupid. And she would explain stuff to me because
Yeah.
I have a hard time comprehending stuff. So she helped me a lot through there and just asking her questions. And and then she talked about this. And I was like, well, I want to go. and,
Yeah, we had several people actually ask us if you had come to the program at county.
no,
And I said, no. I said that I've heard the name several times, but I don't
No.
think she's ever
no,
been.
I never
And-
did come there, but I heard about you guys all the time. And
But I felt like I've known you longer
Yeah,
than
yeah,
we've known
right.
each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
we just hit
Just-
it right
yes.
off, didn't we? But yeah, I mean, I thank God that I walked through those doors. And I mean,
Me too.
I'm going to continue to walk through them. I am.
Great.
And I mean, I know we have things that we're discussing about, and it just, I'm so passionate about it. The recovery home. Well, and then I said this
Yes,
morning.
we're praying for our ladies' recovery home.
Yes.
And we're getting T-shirts with Hoosier Hills
I'm
Recovery
just
on
so
them.
passionate about that. I mean,
Yes, I love
it's
that.
just something that we really need. You know, we really
Yes.
need that in Ripley County. But
And it's awesome to hear you girls' vision on. I know we just kind of threw it out there, and then it's just grown so much.
Mhm.
And to have your guys' support and hear your desires aligning with
Passion,
ours,
yeah.
and
yeah.
it's
Well,
pretty
I
awesome.
mean, just being here is just something that you just want to give away to someone else too. You know,
Yeah.
look what you're missing.
yes,
You know, and I talk about this group all the time to a lot of other groups that I go to. You know, you guys should really come out there. You know,
Yeah.
of course they don't. But anyway, and I do cooking. Well, we both do the cooking and the baking, and I enjoy it so much.
And you're a great cook. Yeah.
so
Yes.
good.
I remember Greg's like, we really do need to start cooking back up. Because we'd bring snacks, and some of the pastor's daughters would bring snacks. And we were going through a hard time getting people to come at that time. We just started. And so we sort of stopped because people wouldn't eat them. And then when it was started growing, Greg's like, we need to do something. So he goes, just bring some food and let's see how it goes. And you were coming at that time. And you would say, oh, get on out of here and I can do it. and so we asked you to officially be the cook of the group. And man,
You come
And
up with some amazing things.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
missed some really good chicken and noodles.
You
Yeah.
did. It was awesome.
She's like, this needs to be in a book.
I wish you tell your husband. It was good.
It wouldn't be the same because, we wouldn't have the touch
Missing
of
it.
Tracy.
The missing ingredient, love, right? And then Jess come along, and Jess, you tell us.
Well, I, met you two in the Ripley County Jail. You guys came on Thursdays at 1:00 for the women. At first, I was hesitant about going, but again, who we were talking about, Christina. I saw God working through her, and I knew she was going, and so I decided to go. It was probably, I think like the second week or something. And, I was pretty defeated. I was broken. There was family members I still haven't talked to yet because, of my actions from my alcoholism. So, at this meeting, Melinda, she looked at me and said, I love you. I honestly love you. And I mean, I couldn't believe that a stranger could love me. And she had tears running down her face. So I knew, you meant every word that you're saying. And I thought I was unlovable. I thought, I would never be loved again. And that just gave me, all the inspiration to keep wanting to return, and just seeing how, God moved in your life. I wanted that to be my life. And that's when I decided to put,
I know a lot of the girls do respond to the worthiness of love, because they think they're unlovable.
Like,
Yeah.
And I know
right?
when we started telling them, we love you, and more importantly, God loves you.
Yes.
And you're worthy of that love. And that really makes a lot of difference in the girls' lives, because once they believe that, I mean,
Yeah.
their life changes so
Well, I mean, like
amazingly.
through my addiction, especially with the drugs and stuff, well, and even alcohol too, but that's what I always thought. I wasn't lovable. I was, wasn't worthy of anything. Damaged goods. I mean, that's all. That's how I felt.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know especially when I don't know if you were in the same pod. You weren't in the same pod. I
No,
remember
we
now.
weren't.
Jessica and a bunch of other ladies were in a pod, and they just had so much potential. They started doing devotions in the pod together, And when I looked around the room, and Minda Sue as well, we saw potential. Like, these girls are amazing, and they're affecting each other, And if they would only realize how much. And when I went to a meeting once, and I felt unloved, and I didn't love myself, and I think it was a ladies' meeting, and they said, "You look for signs, just to help you remember that God loves you." And so mine was bunny rabbits. Every time I saw a bunny rabbit, it would remind me to think, "Oh, God loves me." And one especially important time is I had a roommate, and she worked and got off at 10 o'clock at night, and it was snowing, and I went to pick her up, and I was sitting there waiting for her to get off work. And this little bunny rabbit jumped right in front of my car and hopped around in front of my car for, it seemed like forever, but I'm sure it was just a minute or two. And then it hopped away, and I remember praying and crying and thanking God for loving me, and that was a reminder. And then the next day, my dad passed away.
Wow.
And even though that my dad and I weren't close, we had rocky times when my parents divorced, and my dad caused a lot of pain for me, but it hurt when he died because he was my dad, And the fact that God was preparing, he's saying, "I love you, and you're getting ready to go through something, but just remember that I love you." And that's been since 2004, 2005. And
I bet you can still see that bunny rabbit.
I can.
in front of
I
you.
can. It was like it was me and the bunny rabbit.
Think of one thing. I do
Yeah.
like that.
And because if you know that God loves you, there's nothing that you won't do, because the reason you don't is because you don't think that he could love you.
Yeah.
But he does.
And talking about the potential, when one of the girls in your guys' pod would get out or transferred or whatever, they would kind of pass the baton on to the next person to make sure that those devotions continued. And that's so powerful that you guys were so committed to carrying it on. And I mean, that passed on through several people.
We did that in ours.
Yeah.
Leia, and
That's awesome.
We would read it every morning, and then we would write little sayings
And post them on the wall until they made you take them down, right?
No, they never did make us take ours
Well,
down.
well,
Yeah.
one of the other pods, I believe, had to take theirs
Yeah,
down.
no, they never did. They even come in there a few times. The officers would come in there and read them to see the new ones on there. Yeah.
I remained, I was in the Ripley County Jail for 5 months, and I remained, a strict schedule of every Thursday going to, Hoosier Hills. That was the one thing I was not going to miss, is you ladies coming in every Thursday. So for the 5 months that I was there, I think that helped tremendously set me up for when I transferred to prison. I felt, I had God by my side going there. And then, I had to do a 1.5 years in prison. I don't think I could have got through that without this woman right here. We
She's
did,
amazing.
we did about every single day together. And we did every single thing that we could for our recovery. We went to every meeting we could. I ended up facilitating, my own meeting. We just did everything we could do to be the best, that we could do while being in prison. But I also, kept a relationship with you two on the outside through texts and messages. Yes, you can get emails and text messages in prison. So
Letters.
letters. So I remained close with you guys, and then when I got out, it was so great to see that women that I was in county with, even after a year and a half, were still sober, and they were still going to Hoosier Hills. So that says a lot, because it proves that the program does work. And so that's why, I'm so blessed to now be a huge part of that for the past 3 months. And Wednesdays are my favorite day. Tracy comes over, and we talk a few days before. We think about the meal, the meal, the dessert,
and the menu.
Yeah, so we spend Wednesday afternoons laughing, cooking together. Come here, we prepare the meal here too, and serve it, and then have the program. So Wednesdays are my favorites. But just seeing that the program truly works, because there's a lot of people that are staying sober because of it. So
I know recently Greg has asked you guys to even take on a bigger role too, both of you, and I think it's attendance and pictures, right?
Yeah.
And pictures.
I know.
I didn't do pictures.
And scorekeeping, I'm sure, too, is in there. Right?
Well, I think that's great. Yeah. So we have bigger roles now, but it's Wednesday nights are
They're so
great.
much fun.
Yes, they are, and Greg is a great facilitator. He makes it fun. We
I'm
laugh.
excited because now I can take a video.
She got a new phone, so she's ready. Yeah,
I'm ready.
She's armed and ready.
Armed and ready. Can you tell us what's your favorite core truth? And we have a book here if you need to look at it. But what's your favorite core truth? And then a little synopsis of why it's your favorite.
I already know mine.
Go ahead.
Core truth number 9.
Oh,
My past need not to determine my future.
I like that.
I love that. I mean, because it's the truth.
It is.
It
It doesn't have to.
Right.
Your future is what
To
you
the
purpose
windshield.
it to be. Yeah.
I mean, years ago, I had a hard time letting things go in the past, and now I don't let the past control me.
I love that.
I don't. I just look forward.
Look forward. Don't keep looking in the rearview mirror, because you're gonna hit something in the front of you. Just every now and then glance, and so you can remember what God did for you, and then keep going forward doing something for Him.
Holding on to the past is just. I mean, it's hard on you.
Yeah.
And once you let it go, you get to enjoy life.
Minda Sue shared something with me one day. She said, that's why your rearview mirror is, that big, looking behind you. That's why it's only that little. But look at your windshield.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge,
Oh, yeah.
and you're looking straight ahead, and that is so true, because that's behind us now, and we need to move forward.
Focus on the future.
Mine is core truth number 3. Victory
Mine
begins
too.
with surrender.
That's
Because I can't describe my life better, because when I truly surrendered my life to the Lord, my life changed, and I look forward to every day living. So that's definitely my favorite one.
I like that. Mine too. All right, we're getting ready to make a slam. Can you guys tell us what a slam is and how we make it?
Well, it's noodles, ramen noodles. You can use any kind of chip, meat, pickles. People put cheese, mayonnaise, whatever. It's whatever you want to make it. And you just cook them together.
Why do we make these slams?
This is what we ate in prison. Well, we ate them in jail too.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you get hungry on the side.
Yeah.
Well, when you're incarcerated, you have very limited commissary, and food is not the best in prison.
No.
Do you have a microwave or anything that you
We
have?
have everything is made just out of the microwave. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the only method of cooking. So,
We're gonna
Pass
yes.
that over to you, Jess.
okay.
So no
I'm gonna
cheese
have to
is involved.
stand up a little bit.
Yeah.
Cheese, go ahead. Cheese is the.
I don't want to get it all over your table, and I'm not a very good terror.
Oh, we might have to have plates. Well, we got plates
That's over there.
Never tear it that well. Well, I guess I can turn it this way, huh?
Okay.
I'm just going to take a fork and we'll just mix this up.
And what have you done to that? You've crushed both bags.
Yeah, of the noodles and the Cheetos, and we just cooked it.
Added water.
Add a little
Added
bit of
hot
water.
water and just cooked it in the bag. So it's been cooking
You
in
wanna
the
add
bag
that
since
stuff.
we started recording.
Yep,
Now we're going to add some pickles.
yep.
and some beef sticks or summer sausage or
Yep.
whatever's on commissary, right?
Yep. I'll have to mix it up.
Yep. Just mix it up. Throw some cheese on it. I mean, you can put anything in it. And yeah, sometimes people would do 3 and 4 bags.
Really?
Depending on
Oh,
how
and
many
just like the
people.
whole pod would be?
Yeah,
So
and you
everybody
can
pitch
add,
in?
they sell like little bags of chili to put chili in it.
Bags of chili?
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to add?
I got plates.
Okay. Do you guys want to add cheese?
Yeah. Of course. Cheese, everything better with cheese. And you can get squirt cheese on commissary.
No.
Or did I get,
You get, they
You
have
get bar.
either bar or little cups.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
we
cheese.
substituted.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Some kind of cheese.
Okay.
And you just
Yep.
make them now.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Trying
get
not
a
to.
little bit for our film cast here because, of course, we don't want to leave her out. Oh, here's a plate with Tracy
Well, go ahead and get your
and
all.
the Sue.
I've had these before.
And we're all gonna taste
You
and
3
rate.
haven't. I have.
We're gonna taste and rate. Look, she got all no
You don't like noodles? There's noodles in that.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, I gotta get a piece of meat here.
I've got all the ingredients on there.
Oh my goodness, this is good.
Yeah.
This is real good.
Better than I thought it was going to be for
Mhm.
sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
What do you think, film crew? She's giving a thumbs up back there. 2 thumbs up. Huh. I'm so surprised.
And, they got
And that's how they make any kind of potatoes in prison is smashing potato chips.
Yeah, they take you can take the sour cream
Mm-hmm.
and green onion in it.
Yeah.
You can do that and make a baked potato
Mm.
Yep. And add water. So.
or just regular or barbecue. They've done barbecue chips.
Yeah.
Make the same thing so it
Make
tastes like a baked
They don't
potato.
put the noodles in it.
Yeah, just
but
the-
yeah,
Just the
Just
chip.
the water and the
yeah,
chips
they cook
and
the chips and
I
then
know one of the ladies always had cake stuff, dessert stuff
Yes,
that they
yeah.
were making with the cookies
I-
and crushing them up. And
I actually saw a full Thanksgiving meal made.
Really?
Out of prison commissary, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're out there and you've been to jail or something and you have your own slam recipe or brick, sometimes they're called a brick.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch other things, yeah. But will you leave us your recipe in the comments? We'd love to share it maybe in the future. The what?
Prison slang.
What?
The brick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I seen them make pizza.
Yeah.
I watched
Oh,
one
yeah.
they made pizza, and one of the ladies at Ripley would make cake.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
when you said they made cake for Mother's Day,
Yeah,
when you
but
were
they
in there.
they make ravioli.
Oh yeah. I told you
Yeah.
to make chili dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And be sure and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Give us a like, a subscribe.
if you have any questions for Jess or Tracy and you want to email
Yes.
them, you can email them to letgoofthepen@gmail.com. And remember, it's all about letting go of the pen and letting God write your story.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye.